Yeah, so I can see many questions. Let me take one by one. So Uday, how? Okay, you Uday only posted too many times. Okay, two set of questions are there. Okay, fine. First, how to add GitHub and Jenkins if we miss to add during project creation. How to add GitHub and Jenkins if we miss to add. Sorry, I didn't get Uday. What exactly you mean to know?
In your session, I saw that while you were creating project, right, you added GitHub and Jenkins as a applications.
GitHub and Jenkins
Yeah,
application.
while
Okay.
creating this Jira project in Atlassian.
Okay. Okay. That one is not meant. That one is different thing. Okay. Means I just mentioned like in my project what all things I'm going to use. Okay. I don't know exactly where exactly that will be used, but that is not we are not going to use at all. It is something.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
What is sprint review? Okay. So at the end of a sprint, for example, you have 2 week sprint. So at the end of sprint, there will be one sprint review call. So you will go through each story of sprint and you will see like all story are getting completed on time or not. And you will like test all the API what you develop. And if you will find any API which is not going to complete in this sprint, you will put in backlog. So that process is known as a sprint review. In the Mule develop, each Mule developer will create project document like API flow, or we need to follow this while working on projects. See, it may vary. Okay, for few company, you will get everything. Like you will get requirement document and everything. You will simply go and develop your API. But in few project, as a developer, you need to create everything, document and everything. Like someone from your architect team or BA people, they will provide you detail. You need to follow that detail and you need to create your functional design document. So it you can't like say means every time someone from your team means like some every time you will get that requirement from architect itself. Sometime you need to create, sometime architect. It depends on many things like project, many other things. Okay,
Okay,
next.
thank you, Ravi.
Yeah, next I can see each Mule developer will. Okay, no. Next, what is hierarchy to create API like? Okay, that we already discussed. Ideally, it should be first system, then process, then experience, but there is no hard and fast rule to follow this. Is this review meeting in which BA people and development QA team members will discuss the user story, which will review in stage? Sprint review. Okay, someone already answered. Yeah, this one is looks a good answer. Agenda of this meeting is to discuss the doubts in the requirement. Doubts in the requirement, I think that should be in stand-up call only. Sprint review, yeah, that also we can discuss. Then acceptance criteria, yes, story point. If everyone okay, then Scrum Master will move the user story to ready state. Yeah, someone already answered, and this looks very perfect answer. When to use query parameter and URI parameter. So Nikhil, we are going to start RAML. Definitely we will discuss this thing. Then you will have clear picture. Okay.
Okay, Ravi. One
Can we
question.
get the documents? So requirement functional design. Yes, we will. I will. So today, as we discussed, like 1 hour, we will work on requirement document. Or maybe we can start with one API. So today we will start with one API and then like slowly we will keep updating our requirement document, and at the end you will get fully like complete requirement document.
Hi Ravi, I have one question regarding this API-led connectivity. Um,
Yes.
In the real-time project, is all the three APIs are really mandatory in any real-time project? Like, do we really require system process and experience layer everyone,
No,
everything?
no, it's not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, it's again, this is architecture pattern. Okay, it's not mandatory to follow this architecture pattern. This is API-led architecture. Okay, this is provided by Mulesoft, but in all integration, all technology, we follow this similar kind of pattern that is known as microservice architecture. This API-led connectivity is nothing but it's a microservice architecture only. Okay, they just rename it using this API-led architecture. Okay, it's a like very common trend. Whenever you develop and create new product, you follow existing things, whatever good things are there in market. You rename it to some different logical name, and on top of that, you start developing your tool. Okay, same thing MuleSoft also did. Everyone go on mute. Same thing MuleSoft also did. Since MuleSoft is not very old, okay, it came after many integration technology already like started in market like Dilbumi. If you say web methods, then not Delbumi, web methods, then Oracle integration, and then TIBCO. These all are very old integration technology. Okay, and even IBM integration. Okay, someone mentioned Workato. I don't know about Workato, but this technology are very old. TIBCO especially. So now whenever new integration technology coming in market, they are following that existing pattern. Whatever demerit is there, they are removing that and they are creating their own product, which is more user friendly and which is more easy to use. So MuleSoft also did. So microservice architecture is it's a very popular from last many year. And not only integration technology follow, all the backend technology follow that microservice architecture, which helps us to reuse our components. Okay, if every time everyone go on mute. So if whenever you will have requirement and some functionality you already developed, so it's not a good practice to do same thing to write same code again and again. So what will happen if there will be any change in one place, you have to do on all the places. Okay, which is like time consuming, which will take more efforts. Okay, so that is really not a good idea. So that's why microservice architecture came in pattern, like came in picture. And here what we are doing, we are splitting whatever requirement we have. We are splitting that requirement into small pieces. And then we are using that small pieces wherever required. Okay, that is the main point of using this microservice architecture. Okay, fine then. I think we are done with all the queries. So anyone has any other query or should we start with our today session?
Ravi, I saw a message when the doubt clearing session on Wednesday.
Yes, that will start since right now. Definitely whatever we covered, there will not be many doubts. Okay, doubt session you will need when actual development will start. Most probably this week also you don't need doubt session, but still I will try to put. But yeah, from next week onward you need doubt session. Okay. So doubt session we will from next week onward, definitely it will be there. This week, if you will think, if anyone will have, just put in group, then we will arrange doubt session.
Is there a
Yes, go ahead. Okay, I just want to check one thing. Last week, a few members joined. I just want to cross verify they got link and they joined session or not.
What's the question again?
No, last week actually few members joined. I just want to cross check they have joined this session or not. So few person like Rupal, Subham, Chitra and Monica. Are you there?
Yes,
in
I
this
have
call?
joined. Chitra here.
Okay, Chitra is here. What about Monica, Rupal and Subham?
Yes, I'm Monica here.
Okay, Monica also joined. And Rupal and Subham?
Ravi, I have one more doubt, Ravi. So
Yeah.
in you have created Jira project, right? Scrum board you have created, right? Then later
Yes.
you added few people, right? So do everyone we need to also need to add few people or not?
Okay. Here I think I can add few more people. But this Jira and all I shown you like just for learning purpose. Okay, this is not part of like we are not going to cover complete Jira and things. If you want to do more learning, you can follow my recording. You can create your own account. You can create your own story and you can play with that story. Or maybe I think someone in this group only, he was very much interested to create Jira and all. So maybe you all can sit together and you all can do some hands-on practice on Jira. I have shown you basic things like how to create account and how to create story. As a developer, what all things you should monitor there or what all things you should do there. But still there are many things you can go and you can learn. Jira here all those whatever related softwares are there. We have taken that software, but we will not go in depth. Otherwise, each software, even this agile approach will take like 5 to 6 weeks if you want to learn complete agile approach. But our intention is here, we will just go through basic of those things, not in detail.
Yeah, uh, but my question was more into later you said like in while designing API, so 50 to 60% you are going to do in live class and 40% you are going to give the assignment to us. So during that time, so do we need to create a Jira task, then do the development, or directly we can do the development? That is one thing. And after creating our own, when the 40% whatever the task you are giving to us, right? So are you going to review the task or only the output you are going to just we have to
Okay.
verify from our side?
Yeah, no, there will be doubt session during that time. Okay, for 40% task, there will be a doubt session. So that you will do individually. Okay, if you will have anything, you will come and you will ask your doubts.
But there won't be any review, right, from your end? Just
No,
only we have
doubt
to
session,
verify the
see,
output.
doubt session will be there. Yeah, if you will have doubt, you will come and you will ask your doubts.
The doubt I got that I got it. Suppose in
Yeah, if
40%.
you want to do review, then you can join doubt session and you can review. You can ask me to review. But
Okay.
the main objective will be everything will be there in document. If you are fulfilling the requirement of document, that means you have completed the development.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I think we are good to start. Let me start this session. Okay, someone I think answered difference between query parameter and URI parameter, but definitely that part we are going to take in very details. Okay, so don't worry on that part. So today, first we will discuss about that document a bit. We will discuss about one API today. We will start working like we will create API and everything there. And then we will go for RAML creation today. Okay. And on RAML part also, I will follow two approach here. First approach, I will create everything in one place, and then I will show you like if we will follow best practice, then what kind of difference will be there. Okay, so first I will not follow any best practice. I will put everything in one YAML file, and then I will start following the best practice and I will show you difference, what exactly advantage you are getting. So only for one YAML we will do this to show you difference of advantage if we follow best practice. And from second YAML onward, I will show you another like way of doing that. In like I will show you some shortcut way. If YAML is already there, how you can utilize the existing component and you can develop your YAML very quicker. So both 2-3 pattern we are going to see. Okay, so let's start with first API discussion today, and then we will update our document for that API, and then we will start with YAML part. Okay, let me open document. Okay, another thing for Git access. I'm not sure how many people already feel that Google form I have given. So if you haven't filled, please fill that Google form. So today I will give you Git access and I will put all the documents and everything in Git. If you haven't filled, then you will not receive any access and I will not keep giving access every time. If you will miss, then it will again take 3-4 day time to give you access. So whoever hasn't filled that Git that detail, please fill it by today only. So you will get everything on time. And from today onward, I will give all the recorded as a private access. So you will receive that private access on the same email ID what you will fill here. Okay. So if you will not fill on time, then I may need some time to give you second round of access. So that's why I'm requesting everyone to fill that Google form as soon as possible. Okay, I don't have access of that Google form, but I will verify later on how many people filled. And like this time I got like good number of people here. And I think people are liking my video. That's why I got good number of registration, like almost 30 plus people are there in this batch. But yeah, definitely I will try to maintain same quality of project. Yeah, we will have more doubts and it's good if we will have more doubts. So other people will there are many people who don't interested to ask doubt, even if they have problem, they think, okay, someone will ask or anytime he will explain. But there may be few people who will ask doubts, so it will be good for everyone. Now coming to document part, we started with this document and I shared few details like how this document look like. Okay, so here initial part we have description of document, then who developed, all these detail will be in company. Also you can refer same document. Okay, company also use similar kind of structure. Okay, now coming to API, like first we will list out all the API and first we will be focused on 3 API. So I will list out those 3 API here. So on business side, we discuss few things about like what business we are going to cover here. But let me do one small recap who joined new. So for them, let me do a small recap and then we will start. Okay. So on business side, what business we are going to cover? This is investment banking, many insurance company and banking company, and we have few more kind of company. They provide this kind of service. Okay. Mostly banking and insurance company provide this service. But few more companies are there who provide this kind of service. Like if you are from India, then you have seen this for investment. There is one very famous company now. Oh, I forgot name. They give this.
Investor?
Yeah, Investo is there, but one company is very famous. I forgot name.
Bajaj Finance?
Bajaj is also there. Policy Bazaar. Yeah,
Policy.
policy. Actually, whenever I do search any query related to investment, I mostly used to get my answer from Policy Bazaar only. Okay, so this kind of like investment company, insurance company, and banking, all this company provide this facility. Okay, so what is this business? So whenever you want to invest some money, so first you will put some amount like for example, or in share market also, they have similar model, but they do in different way. So here, what you will do first, you will put some amount. Okay, let's say you want to invest 10,000. Okay, you will deposit 10,000 amount in that particular company. Either it will be bank or insurance company or any investment company. Then there will be multiple funds or investment will be there, like investment A, investment B, investment C, investment D. You will go through detail of all the investment. Okay, you will see previous history. You will see like current market of that particular fund or investment. And then based on that, you will decide, okay, this is risky fund, but it may give good return. So you will put some amount there. So whatever like 10,000 you have, you want to put 50% of your money in that particular fund. Since like there are many people, they want to earn money in short time. So and they want to take risk also. Okay. And if they have good knowledge of market and all, yeah, they are earning good money also. Now they will see, okay, this fund is very slow growing fund, but this is very stable. Okay, definitely I will get 10% return if I will invest here. So 30% of my money, like 3,000 I kept in that fund. Okay, and 20% still I have. I see in few funds are there. Sometimes it's giving good return, sometimes it's giving very poor result. Okay, let's put 20% there. So you have your money. So you have that money as a 100%. Now you will decide in which fund I will invest money based on your experience and you based on your knowledge. Or you can involve some broker also, agent also. So every company or insurance company, they have their agent. You can consult with them and they will suggest you. And then you will take decision. Same way we have in share market also, there are multiple brokers are there. They will charge some amount and they will give you some suggestions. Okay, invest in this one is good, this one is not good, like that. This will be first part. Second part, like as I mentioned, there will be some risky fund. Okay, so in risky fund, like many company, for example, you are investing through my bank or through my insurance company or through my this investment company. So we also take care of employee. Okay, we don't want like someone will come and they will lose their money. Okay, otherwise definitely that company reputation will go in trouble. Okay, so what they do, first they do one kind of screening. For example, I registered there. So first they will do some kind of screening. Okay, and based on that screening, they will give me some points. Okay, and then based on that point, it will be decided I am eligible for risky fund or not. If I am not eligible for risky fund, then like I will not able to invest in risky fund. So there will be two, three kind of fund. One fund will be risky with high returns. One fund will be like I think many people here in IT mostly involved in this kind of activity, investment and all. I don't do investment. I know this business only due to this API and all what I worked for one client. Okay. So from there only I got this business knowledge, but I don't do investment like any kind of this investment or share market and all. But many people in IT, I think more than 50% people used to do. So most of you should have good knowledge on that part. Okay, so this screening facility, I'm not sure it's available everywhere or not, especially in share market, I haven't seen, but insurance company and banking company, they do. So they will take you one assessment. On based on the assessment, They will give you some points, and based on that point, it will be decided you are eligible to invest in risky fund or not. Okay, so that will be one set of functionality. Okay, so we have two set of functionality. Like let me name all those functionality. Okay, so first will be deposit amount. Then create funds. So like as I mentioned, there will be 4 kind of funds or 5. It depends on like that particular company, how many funds they want to create. Okay, then there will be add funds means like you can say fund. Then move from fund. So this one is I invested 50% in risky fund, and I seen like daily basis I'm losing my money. Okay, then I decided, okay, I will remove my money from that fund and I will put in some another fund. Okay, so what you can do, you can like remove money from that fund, and whatever like remaining amounts you have, you will put in some another fund. Okay, so this will be removed from fund. Then there will be functionality will be screening one. Okay, here we will have API related to assessment. Okay, so those API will first it will retrieve set of question answer. Then once user will select those answer, it will submit. Then that API will submit those answers in one place. And then there will be one scheduler API which will take data and it will create points for each user. Okay, so screening API will be there, or functionality will be there, and one scheduler will be there. Will process like whatever submission you will do for question answer. Based on that, it will evaluate how many points you got. Okay, so this many functionality will be there. So first let's start with this screening one. Okay, this will be easiest one. So let's start with this one, and then slowly we will move all this functionality. Okay, so this one will be instead of screening, this will be assessment, fund assessment, fund eligibility. This will be our functionality. Okay, so now here, how many API we need? Okay, so as a user, I will go to company website, either banking website or insurance website. So there will be one section like to invest in risky fund. Okay, once you will click on that, if you have already given this assessment, you will able to invest directly there. And if you haven't given this assessment, it will redirect you to another page where you will get set of question answer. Okay, and who will provide you that set of question answer? This set of question answer, definitely it should not be hard coded. It should be keep moving. Okay, means it should be keep changing based on company trend, based on like market trend. Okay, so there will be set of question which will be retrieved from database, or it will be retrieved from Salesforce, whatever storage system is there. Okay, in our case, our storage system for this eligibility will be Salesforce system. Okay, so we will retrieve set of question answer from there. Okay, so our first API, what we are going to develop, that will be So what it will do, this API will give us list of question answer screening. Okay, this will be first API. Second API we will have post. Okay, so can anyone tell me why we need post one here? Okay, and here I am giving get and post. Can anyone tell me reason why I'm putting as a get and post?
We post our answers.
Your voice is a bit low. Can you speak out louder?
So we write our answers.
Yes. That
To
is
submit your response, like whatever the assessment you've done, right?
yes.
So for review purpose, you need to send it to back to the Salesforce or whatever database, wherever, right? So for that we are using post method.
Yeah. So generally post method, we use post method if we want to create new resources. Okay, and get method we use to retrieve resources. So we want to retrieve set of question answer. Okay, that's why first API will be get accessment. Second one, we want to submit those set of question answer, means we are creating new resources in our Salesforce system. Okay, so that's why it will be post. Okay, so this get and post we will develop. Okay, now can anyone tell me how many API will be there for this?
One API.
So
Maybe
here we are
one.
going to follow this API led architecture. Okay, so we will have three API, one system API, one process API, one experience API. All are related to one API only, but on the all three layer we will develop one API. Okay, all together that is one API only. But we are splitting that into three layers and each layer will have one API. One is system, one is process, one other one is experience. So total here we need to develop 6 API, 3 API in system layer, 3 API in process layer and 3 API in experience layer. Is it clear to everyone?
Which means 9 APIs in total.
Yes, yes.
Oh, it's not clear for me, Ravi.
Yeah, let's go with the diagram, then it will be more clear. Let me. We are going to create one diagram, then it will be more clear for you. Let's move to Draw.io. Okay, and we will use this tool to create our diagram and all. And anything mistake here, diagram, or is it correct only?
DIA.
What will be correct spelling? Let me quickly check.
DIA.
Okay, so in this diagram, like we will have 3 layers. Whenever you want to create this API landscape diagram, so it will contain 3 layers. Okay, so this one is our first layer. Okay, and this one is our experience layer. So as I mentioned, if in API-led architecture, we have 3 layers: system layer, process layer, and experience layer. So this one is our experience layer. On top of this, we will have different experience system. So let me put some space for this. And from next day onward, I will send meeting invite on same email ID what you provided. So you don't need my permission to join this. You will able to join automatically. Okay, so in this particular layer, as we discussed, like let me start with this. So we have this first API that will be one. So get. Okay, for accessment, I think we have get and post. We will put both in one. Just give me 1 minute. I'm getting one urgent call. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so we have one accessment API. Okay, in accessment, we have get accessment. And then other we have assessment. Okay, there can be modify also, like whatever question set of question answer we have created, that we need to modify also. Okay, so we will have if I want to modify, what will be my like API name? Can anyone tell me?
Dispatch.
Put.
Yeah, so someone suggested put and someone suggested patch. So first, what is difference between put and patch? Put we use
Put is to
if
come.
we, sorry.
patch is partially updated, so it could be patch.
Yes. So here we have already assessment created. Okay. If we have already assessment is created, so we will just update that one. Okay. We will not create new or we will not completely replace. If we want to create new or if we want to completely replace the assessment, then it will be put. But here we want to we want to update existing assessment. Okay. So that's why it will be patch. Okay. Now let me know if anyone has any doubt here.
Ravi Viranjanil.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
what is showing very small. I can't see properly actually.
Yeah, we are discussing now. Like, yeah, definitely it's a small. If we will create big, then it will create trouble for me.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
yeah. Okay, let me do in this way. Is it visible now?
Yes, now is good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have get. So here inside this application, we will have get assessment API. We will have post assessment API. We will have patch assessment API. Okay, now if you see here in name, I am giving assessments. Okay, so whenever you are creating any API, okay, that resource name here I am giving as a resource name and method name to identify which API we are going to develop. So I'm giving resource name and method name. So resource name should be always noun and it should be plural. Okay, it's as per API governance. Okay. For example, assessment is here, that is noun, and okay, assessment is verb or it can be treated as noun also. Yeah, assessment is noun also. Yeah, so here we are using noun and it should be plural. This is as per API governance. Now you will say if I will put any logical name, it will work or not. Yeah, definitely it will work, but it will create some trouble or confusion for other people who are going to consume your API. Okay. So whenever you are giving any API name, you must need to be careful in their resource name. So this assessment is resource name and as per API governance, it should be noun and plural. Method name also should be logical. OK, it should not be like you will put any method name in any places. If you will put technically it will work. OK, it's not like technically it will not work. Instead of get, if you will use here delete assessment and you want to retrieve assessment detail, then also delete assessment will work. Technically, it will not create any problem. But as per API governance, if you are creating any resource which is retrieving resource, then if you are creating any API which is retrieving resource, then method should be get. OK. If someone want to consume your API by name only, he will able to identify by name and by resource by method name only, they will able to know what will be behavior of your API. I hope it's clear to everyone. OK, now, so this is our which layer? This is our experience layer.
Ravi, I have a doubt here.
Yes.
Like here we have like an API, like we have account already for particular user, we have account already. So he's going to invest his amount in some risk, some fund. Before investing, like we are assessing him, like what are the like we are asking user to answer some questions to invest in particular
Risky fund.
investments. That's what. Okay.
Not
That's
for
what we
all
are doing here.
funds. Yeah, not for all funds, only for risky fund. This assessment only for risky fund, like that person is eligible to invest in risky fund or not.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So he's having account in bank itself and he's having funds and everything. Just we are getting confirmation, like getting.
Yes, yes.
That's what we are doing.
Yes. Yeah, so definitely we can't take all the modules. Otherwise, if we will go for customer onboarding module, like that will itself will take like 2 months to complete all the API.
Okay.
So before it, definitely customer should be registered and he should have account in banking system or insurance system or that fund management system. Okay. Here our assumption is that customer has already account.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So this is one layer. Let's go for second layer. What I will do, I will copy paste. Let it. Second will be process layer. In process layer also, we will have all the logic. And this will be system layer. Okay. Now, on top of this three layer, there will be one front end system. Let's say we have mobile application. Okay. And from this mobile application, they will call this experience API. Is it clear to everyone? So this is our experience API, which will be called by mobile application. Before that, in between, there will be two kind of validation, like security policy we will apply that we will discuss later on and we will see how to apply. So here we will have two security policy. One is JWT token and another one is client ID enforcement. That we will discuss in detail later on how to apply and where to apply. Then that request will come to experience API. Now this experience layer will just work as a bypass layer, which will be responsible to connect with different experience system. Here, let's assume we have one experience system mobile application. Now, when request will come, it will pass to process layer. And here in process layer, going to down. In process layer, what we will do, we will apply all the business logic. Okay. So here in process layer, we will apply all the business logic. There may be few API where we will have business logic. There may be few API where we will not have any business logic. Okay. If we will have business logic, we will apply there. If not, then it will also work as a bypass layer only. Then it will call the system API. Okay. Now system API is responsible to connect with different experience system. So here for us, experience system is Salesforce. Okay. We don't have any result. Okay, this is our Salesforce system, and this system API will connect with Salesforce system. Okay, let me know if anyone has any doubt. Is it clear to everyone? So here you can see this API-led architecture we have, where we have three layers: system layer, process layer, experience layer, and these all are interacting with each other. So experience layer is responsible to connect with experience different experience system. Here we have mobile application, so it's connecting with mobile. In future, if there will be web application, then this will connect with web. So, okay, now different experience system will come. So we need to add one more experience layer. Okay, so this is to connect with mobile application. Another one will be there to connect with web application, but these two will communicate with the same process layer. Okay. Hope everyone clear with this. If any doubt, let me know.
Hello, Rabi, I have one question. If you are not making logic on the process layer, why we need the process layer? Why don't you pass it?
Yeah, so for now, if like you are thinking, yeah, for now we don't have any logic, so we will bypass this. Okay, like from experience directly we will call system layer. In future, if there will be like our business is keep growing. Okay, it's not like we develop this API and that's it done. In future, if there will be like our business is keep increasing, we have some kind of validation or we have some kind of business logic. In that case, what you will do, you will create new layer and then you will add this process API. No, it's not good practice. So we should maintain this structure. If you have like every company had at least this kind of budget, they can maintain three layer. Okay, definitely whatever API and things you are developing, you should think on future perspective also. Okay. For example, right now we have this post assessment. In post assessment, we are submitting assessment. Right now, I don't want to apply any business logic. That's fine. But in future, if we have some business logic, okay, that person must need to answer like a few, like for example, we have few like optional answer. Out of 10, we have 5 optional answer, and out of 5, three answer must be answered. Okay, that is kind of business logic. Total, we have 5 questions, 10 questions, 5 are mandatory and another 5 are optional. And what other 5 optional answer are there, out of which 3 must be answered. Okay, that is again, that is one business logic. Okay. if we will like in future, I'm saying we can have different kind of business requirement in future. So we need to think about future perspective. Some places you will identify, okay, in process layer, we are not doing any business logic, still we are creating. But we should not avoid that thing. If mostly a company has that much of budget, you should follow this 3-layer architecture. In worst case, if your company say, okay, we don't have much budget, we don't want too many V code. In future, if business will grow, we will think something like we will create one extra API, then you should go with 2-layer architecture. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, I have worked for a few companies where we are following 2-layer architecture only. It's not like 2-layer architecture is very rare. Many places you will see 2-layer architecture. Now you will say which layer we should exclude. Experience layer, system layer, or process layer. Can anyone tell me? If we want to follow 2-layer architecture, then what layer should be there?
I think process layer.
Maybe experience layer.
Only process layer will be there?
No, process layer they'll replace maybe in the 2-tier architecture. Is it correct?
Where we will put process layer?
System and process will be there. Experience may be optional.
Okay, anyone else?
Ravi, me, I believe we must have like experience and system layer.
Yes, this one is correct answer. So can you justify your answer?
Yeah, we need to have a system and also experience, because like our system now, like when it gives us any kind of output, there should be someone like is consuming our like product or anything. So that's what I believe. We need to have experience in system.
Okay. Anyone else want to justify this?
See, after developing whatever the application API, so there should be someone should be consumed. But if nobody consumed, then there is no use of developing this application. For that, we should use experience layer and system layer. Suppose like you are creating something, you retrieve from where you retrieve the data or where you store the data. For that, we have to use system layer.
Not exactly.
So I can tell you, so we can replace the process layer. It's important for the system layer. Why is system layer has to connect to the external services like Salesforce, it is connected. So it definitely requires the system layer. So whatever the business logic which you are writing in the process, that they might be implemented in the experience layer. So that's my guess.
Okay. Yeah, this one looks a more correct answer. Oh, sorry.
Because of the security, like.
Okay. Yeah, this one is fine, but okay, let me explain you now.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh.
Okay, if you want to answer, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I think system layer is a must be there because of its connectivity, with the outside, the DD everything, and
Yes.
also, yeah, that's one thing it should it does. But the one the process layer will be in the middle, like kind of byproduct thing, like communicating, because on the experience layer also it's almost connecting with the outside, with the web and mobile application. It should be there too. It's my approach.
Okay, yeah, this one looks also good. Okay, first things coming to system layer. Okay, the main advantage of system layer, like we are separating the external system connection with all the external communication. Okay, here we will have lots of detail. This API must be very much secured, and this API is responsible to connect with different external systems. Okay, like for example, database, Salesforce, and all. and this one will be most reusable component. Okay, so if something is most reusable component and which is more critical API, since it's connecting with different experience system, and this will contain lots of connectivity detail and many things. Okay, if this layer will be exposed to external world, then like you can say there may be like high probability of security things. Okay, like someone can get detail of your company infrastructure and many things, like what kind of external systems you are using. Okay, so this layer, system layer, will be more reusable component. This same system API will be used by this process API, and there will be a couple of more process API which will reuse this same system API. Okay, so this must be smallest component of your, this must be smallest component of your API, and this must be, definitely it will be more reusable component. Here we are going to work on a small part of project, like you can say only investment part, but in actual project, like you will have onboarding part, investment part, then payment part, then you can say some admin activity will be there. So many part will be there. Okay, so you will find the single system API used in multiple places. Okay, that's why this layer must be there in your like 2-layer architecture. Is it clear to everyone? First thing, reusability point of view, it will be more reusable API in multiple places. Okay, and if you will merge with any layer, then it will not be, you will not able to merge like reuse this. Okay, if you will put business logic here, then other places who want to use this external connection, if your business logic will be there, that business logic will not be suitable for another process API. So it will create that, then that API will not able to reuse it. Okay, definitely it should not contain any business logic. It should be responsible only to connect with external system. And second, security perspective, we can't expose this API, so we can't merge it, this experience layer also, since this will contain more critical data and more like you can say secured information, since it's making connection with external system. Okay, so we are confirmed system layer must be there. Now coming to process and experience layer. Okay, if we will remove this experience layer, then in future, if there will be one more experience layer or two more experience system will be there, then they can't, if they will call directly process layer, then that data will not be suitable for them. Okay, and here in experience layer, we need to add more security since it's going to connect with external world. Okay, so this must be secured by one of the like one of the secured mechanism, either JWT token or OAuth. Okay, so and again for different experience system, we need different experience API. Okay, so experience API must also must be there. Now coming to process layer. In process layer, we have only business logic. So business logic we can easily put in experience layer. Okay, definitely there will be some redundant code. Same business logic we are writing in this experience API also and another experience API also. Okay, if you are removing any one layer, then definitely there will be some redundant coding. Like you are writing same code here also, same code here also. That is the main purpose of making this 3-layer architecture, to avoid duplicate coding. Okay, and definitely if you are removing one layer, then there must be some duplicate coding, or there must be some redundant coding that you can't avoid. But yeah, process layer we can remove and we can put all the business logic in experience layer. So we must need experience layer and system layer. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, and this
I
one
have a
is.
question.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so what's going to decide the number of layers? Who's going to decide that?
Okay, ideally, if like process is going to start, definitely you should go with 3-layer architecture. If someone has concern about that 3-layer architecture, then you should go with 2-layer with this two. Okay, so whenever you are starting your project, either your architect should decide this. If not, you should inform client, okay, I'm going to work on best practice, that is API-led architecture provided by Mulesoft, and we will have 3-layer, and that is the use of this 3-layer. Okay, if you are the like only person in Mulesoft, you need to make them understand what is the advantage of this 3-layer, and you are going to use this 3-layer. And you need to tell them, okay, number of vcode consumption will increase due to this 3-layer. Means each layer, like for example, this is one mule application, this is one mule application, this is one mule application. If you will make it 1 layer, then you need 1 worker only. Okay, but if you have 3-layer, you need 3 worker. Definitely on resource side, there will be more consumption of resources. But if you think about long run, even if you are using more resources, overall your company will get in benefit. Okay, you will save lots of development effort and many things. Okay, so definitely you should discuss with your client. If you are the only person in Mulesoft, you need to make them understand why you are following this API-led architecture. If they are agree with 3-layer, well and good. If they are not agree, then you should go with 2-layer. Then you need to tell them what pros and cons you will get. And still if they want, no, I want 1-layer. Yes, you can go, but I don't think anyone will suggest you for 1-layer. Okay, everything in one place, but in that case, your code will be very lengthy and that will be very hectic. Okay, so definitely.
Hi, Ravi. I have one question.
Yes.
Do we need experience API always? Is it must to expose our API to external clients or customers always?
Yes.
Is it must to have experience always?
Fine. Yes, so there may be some scenario where you don't need experience layer itself. For example, if your API is scheduler based API, means wherever, okay, if you don't have any external system to call your API, you don't need experience API. For example, scheduler API, it will start automatically. It will call different external system to sync data. Then you have file-based API where processing start from file and it will go to some other system. If it is database, like if your processing will start from database, if your processing will start from queue. Okay, in that case, you don't need experience API. So by name also, experience API is responsible to connect with different experience system. But if your API will start from system itself, like not experience system, like some backend system, then definitely you don't need experience API. Is it clear? If your processing, if your processing will start from database, queue, file, scheduler, then you don't need experience.
All right, thank you.
Ravi, I have one question. How about like this? If you are migrating data from database to Salesforce at this time, do we need experience API?
No, we don't need. Now it depends. Okay, it depends like how you want to make it. You want to make it scheduler based, event. You want to make it event driven. You want to make it scheduler based, or you want to make it on ad hoc basis. Ad hoc basis means someone will come and he will trigger the process. In that case, you need experience API. If you want to make it event driven, means once data will come in database, it will be auto triggered. Then you don't need experience API. Process API will start the process. And if you want to make it scheduler based, means there will be fixed time for this. On that particular time, it will fetch all the data from database and it will push to another system. Then again, you don't need experience system. Is it clear?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, for other people like who are very new in Mulesoft, for them it may be a bit difficult, but yeah, slowly you will also understand all this thing. It seems like a few people know a little bit about Mulesoft and they have some question in mind and they are asking. Okay, but if someone is there completely, yeah, go ahead.
One question. Like as you said, if you don't have a process API, like we do in the process API orchestration, transformation stuff. So if you don't have process API, are we gonna do in the experience API?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.